Well, in other news, the R1 billion flood relief grant that was meant to help people in KwaZulu-Natal and the Eastern Cape remains untouched. The Finance Minister Enoch Godongwana telling the Joint Ad Hoc Committee on Flood Disaster Relief in Parliament that they haven't received any documentation. They haven't received the forms requesting the funds to be released. Newzroom Afrika's Athi Mtongana joins us now from Parliament with more on this. Athi, good afternoon to you. I hate filling in forms as much as anyone. Has anyone actually filled them in yet?
Well, Stephen, let me take you back to remind you that following the floods that took place in KZN and other provinces, Parliament saw it fit to form a committee that would be able to play an oversight role and ensure that Parliament is playing a role in the rebuilding of some of these areas that were affected by the floods, and most importantly, to ensure that the funds that would have been released by government do exactly what is needed. And so this ad hoc joint committee has been conducting oversight visits at some of the affected areas, and they've been conducting meetings with some of the provincial heads at some of these provinces. So today they heard from some of the heads in some of the provinces, also hearing from the Minister of Finance, Enoch Godongwana, who was at pains in that particular meeting this morning, trying to make them aware that they have done everything that they can as National Treasury to ensure that they assist the provinces in explaining the technical ways at which to try and get those funds from National Treasury. He did say that they haven't at the stage received any requests from any province or any government to access that R1 billion relief grant that was taken by a National Treasury to distribute to the affected provinces. Let's listen to what he had to say.
What we did, every province on the same time, everybody, including provinces. For instance, when the MEC for Finance, which was surprising, goes around and complain that we don't know what the bill on and so on and so on, I personally took up, we spoke on the phone. I personally spoke to Nomsa Dube and said, these are the processes. And I phoned my DG. My DG said, I've already spoken to the HOD of Treasury in KZN, walked it through what this thing is about, what the processes are, and what the conditionalities attached are. Now, Treasury can only provide the technical advice on how to do things, which we have done. But Treasury can't go then and provide assistance in filling the forms.
The Minister of Finance, Enoch Godongwana, there interacting with some members of the Joint Ad Hoc Committee in Parliament. There was almost a back and forth between the Minister of Finance and IFP MP Mkhuleko Hlengwa, who was of the view that the Department of Finance is seemingly avoiding taking responsibility for the fact that the money has not yet been distributed to assist those who have been affected in the floods in all the provinces that were struck by the floods. And the minister was again at pains at trying to explain to the members of Parliament that they won't take responsibility. In fact, he said that he's been attacked as the Minister of Finance for not issuing out that money. However, he says the responsibility is not with them. The responsibility lies with some of the departments and the provinces that have been affected for not approaching a National Treasury to request for these funds. And so they decided that in their next meeting they will then call on all the departments that are affected, including the Department of Human Settlements and Water and Sanitation and the Department of Transport and all the other heads from government provinces, to be able to answer for themselves as to why exactly they haven't requested the money that has been set out, that R1 billion for relief.
Athi Mtongana, thank you very much indeed. An astonishing development in that story. Let's see what response there is from what Enoch Godongwana, the Minister of Finance, said. Athi, thank you. Well.